Hi, everybody. The organization that I chose to follow this semester is called Fresh Artists, and it's a nonprofit located on the outskirts of Philadelphia. Through this presentation, you're going to hear me review their mission statement, their finances, their programming, and just an overall review of the strengths of the nonprofit.
Fresh Artists provides many positive and valuable experiences for the youth of Philadelphia. Its mission is reflected in the charitable work that it does in the surrounding community. Barbara Allen, the founder and president of Fresh Artists, collaborates with others to manage the programs, events, and overall finances of the organization. Through examining the 990 forms of the nonprofit, as well as performing a SWOT analysis of its programming, it is evident that Fresh Artists is a healthy organization that continues to grow successfully toward its mission.
Fresh Artists was founded by Barbara Allen, who was an arts administrator, and also her son, Roger Allen. Barbara worked all over the United States in different art museums, and she had a huge passion for the arts.
Eventually, she became a volunteer at an urban school, which sparked her idea to raise money and find supplies for underfunded art classrooms in Philly. At one point in her career, Barbara even became a private art consultant, while her son Roger also became a senior designer at a graphic arts business. One customer of Barbara Allen was the School District of Philadelphia, aka where I work, and they commissioned her to fill the district building's empty walls with student artwork. The mother and son duo put their brains together and came up with a proposal to create large-scale digital reproductions of student artwork for the walls.
So if you're wondering, this is how it works. A student makes an artwork, they donate their artwork, then it's enlarged. A big business like Comcast or SEPTA can then purchase the artwork. That money then goes to Fresh Artists, and Fresh Artists uses that money to purchase art supplies for art teachers and students in underfunded districts like the School District of Philadelphia.
There is a board and a small staff at Fresh Artists. When projects are large, they reach out to recruit volunteers. Additionally, there are 3 councils within the organization: the Business Advisory Council, the members of the Museum and Art Education Council, and the Design and Youth Council. Working together, the board, staff, councils, and volunteers within the organization seek to be the advocates for quality public education through children's artwork. Because of Fresh Artists, K-12 students are able to see and admire their own artwork on a giant wall. They must feel a sense of pride knowing that they helped someone else in the process of creating their art. After looking at the financial trends of Fresh Artists from the last 5 fiscal years, one can visibly see that the organization seems to be doing very well. With a first glance at the nonprofit's tax forms, one would agree that this organization does not have a healthy balance between earned income compared to contributed income. As you can see, in 2016 alone, earned income from program services displayed to be $0, while contributed income calculated to be $490,790. When looking at the pie chart on this slide, you can see that a typical nonprofit arts organization obtains 60% of the revenue from earned income. So why is it that Fresh Artists made 0% through earned income? Seems weird, right? So with these numbers, one can guess that Fresh Artists only worked with qualifying schools. If you're confused, these are underfunded districts where 70% or more of students qualify for free lunches. These schools participate in programs for free at Fresh Artists, hence the $0 for earned income. Problem solved.
Just by looking at 2016 alone, the 990 tax forms actually show a hopeful prediction of long-term financial health. Coming up next, you'll see a couple of slides about how Fresh Artists spends their money to support their mission, and also you'll see a chart that shows the growth between revenue, assets, and cash.
I have a couple of recommendations for Fresh Artists as they move forward. The nonprofit should market and advertise more to non-qualifying schools because then they would have at least some earned income rather than just all of the contributed income. Also, Fresh Artists should keep the positive relationships that they have with donors because it might lead to more money in the future. Next, I'm going to review their mission statement, which reads, Fresh Artists amplifies the voice of children by promoting their access to the transformative process of art making and by validating their talent and selfless concern for the well-being of others. When reflecting on what they actually do, one can see that their mission statement is being fulfilled. They provide students with the access to art supplies like paint, crayons, markers, and much more. Without these tools, it'd be very hard to have a successful art class. They've impacted the lives of more than 300,000 people. That is incredible. The mission statement is also represented in the students' choices to contribute their artwork. They use their talents and their empathy for others to obtain donations for those who need it most. Not to mention, they get to see their enlarged artwork really, really big in large business hallways. To me, that would have been a very huge self-esteem booster.
Next, you're going to hear me review Fresh Artist programs through a SWOT analysis. For starters, one of their strengths is that they have a really great reputation in Philadelphia.
Barbara Allen, the founder, is the expert of Fresh Artists. Because of this, she controls every program that the nonprofit offers, which is good in some ways because she doesn't waste any time trying to get opinions from others when planning. The programs at Fresh Artists provide an opportunity for students to take classes, to enter exhibitions, and to experiment with art materials in general. Fresh Artists communicates to the public and advertises its programs very well. It maintains social media websites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, where updates are posted frequently in regards to upcoming events and just different giveaways. Additionally, program offerings are sent out to teachers and subscribing families at least twice per month. Last but not least, the programs are funded by big businesses and other organizations. Here are some partnerships that they have.
So going along with the strengths, there's always weaknesses. So one weakness that I thought Fresh Artists has was their inability to provide feedback space. So if I go to their Facebook, I can't type anything about my experience. I can't rate them on a 5-star scale. I don't even get sent a survey if I go there for a program. So I thought that was definitely a weakness because it's always great to have patron opinion, regardless if there's an expert in the organization. Another weakness that they have is definitely their location. So East Falls is located right next to a very unsafe section of Philadelphia. There's also a huge lack of parking. With this weakness, there's also an opportunity. So Fresh Artists is located in East Falls, which is a very up-and-coming section of Philadelphia. Although there's no parking, it's in walking distance from a SEPTA train station. It's about 10 minutes away, not even. Here are some other opportunities that Fresh Artists has. Here's the last part of my SWOT analysis, threats. The biggest threat is the lack of funding to programs. If the economy is bad, the last thing that people want to do is donate to a charitable cause, especially when they want to save money. Another threat, what happens if public schools get rid of art classes? Who would they be raising money for? The whole mission would change. After looking at their offered programs, one special event held annually is called Cool Jobs. A new proposed program would be to make the special event into an ongoing series. In Cool Jobs, working artists and other makers demo their work and techniques to local teenagers in Philadelphia. They teach the students about jobs in the art field and how to get there one day. In the proposed College and Career Exploration series, students would have access to all of the supplies and materials they would need to build a solid portfolio for their future career. Also, they would receive skills and training needed to prepare them for their career of interest. This program can be offered on weekends to accommodate students' school and sports schedules. Fresh Artists could use its strong communication skills to market this program. They can even suggest that students use the train as a form of transportation. This program would reflect Fresh Artists' mission by promoting student access to the transformative process of art making. With all of this information, we can see that Barbara and Roger Allen's idea of enlarging student artwork transformed into something much larger. A thriving nonprofit organization was born that helps the art classrooms in districts like Philadelphia.